Hello everyone, welcome back to Keep Score. On my channel I'm looking into sports stats and trying to break down them for you. And we'll keep talking about hockey after looking at the goals scored above expected by skaters in the last video. Let's look at the opposite metric for goalkeepers. Goals saved above expected. It is kinda reverse stat of what goals scored above expected are. In hockey, every shot has a calculated probability of becoming a goal. Let's imagine a match where your team faced 20 shots on goal, and all of the shots were high danger chances from the front of the net with a probability of 25% of becoming a goal, and your goalie saved only 75% of the shots. But according to the goal saved above expected, he saved 0 goals above expected, so he allowed as much as it was expected. If in the same match he saved 90% of the shots, so 5 goals were supposed to go in, but only 2 were scored. So it means his goals saved above expected for that match equals 3. In the same situation, if goalie lets 6 shots instead of 5 during the same match, and his goals saved above expected is -1. Let's discuss what this stat could mean for a goalie. As you can imagine, saving most of the net front shots is not easy, and if your defense lets a lot of chances, it could make it barely possible to keep up and save up above expected, unless you're really an exceptional goaltender. Plus, it would be great if your defense helps you out here and there, for example by elimination of rebound shots. To sum up, the stat basically shows how much better or worse a certain goaltender is against the league average in saving shots. Let's take a look at top best and worst stats from 2022-2024 NHL regular season. Let's start with anti-rating. At the 5th worst place, it's Marc-Andre Fleury. Surprising appearance in top 5 of this anti-rating, I must say. He was outplayed by his partner in last season in Minnesota. He had -11 goals saved above expected in 40 games. Does it mean his game is declining and the next season will be his last one? We'll find out very soon. Number 4 of our anti-rating is Vitek Vanecek. Similar numbers as Marc-Andre Fleury, but in 32 games. Quite a bad season with Devils. Couldn't help them staying consistent and stay in the battle for a playoff spot. And he was already traded to San Jose in the end of the season. 3rd place, -12.5 in just 20 games. Not clear why, to be honest. The stats are so brutal for Dan Vladar. Calgary struggled a lot last season, as did their goalies. Hopefully next year things will improve for Calgary. I feel like they have a decent team. Number 2 of our anti-rating is Jonas Carpisalo. -16 goals saved above expected in 55 games. Bad season for him in Ottawa. Signed a big contract last year, but he's not proving with his game that he can get Ottawa to the next level and that he can help to fight them for playoffs. Let's hope next year will be better. And the first place of our anti-rating is Arvid Soderblom with -18.2 goals saved above expected in 32 games. Chicago was one of the worst teams defensively, didn't get too much extra help from defense. Not clear how much ice time he gets next year, but there's still not so much pressure on Chicago as they're still in their rebuild. Maybe Soderblom will get more ice time and he'll have more chances to prove his game. Let's move on to the best. Jordan Binnington with 16.5 goals saved above expected in 57 games is at the 5th place. Perhaps the best Canadian goalie right now. Really helped Blues to stay in the hunt for playoff spot in the West with his great play. Number 4, Jeremy Swayman. 18.4 goals saved above expected in 44 games. one of the best goalies in the last few seasons. It helps being on a great team. Boston is quite solid on all ends of the ice. It's also worth mentioning that his teammate Linus Ullmark has also quite an impressive stats with almost plus 15 goals saved above the expected. Anthony Stollers is at third place with 20 goals saved above expected in just 27 games. Similarly to Boston, Florida is really one of the best teams in all aspects. They're so close to winning a cup, and Stollers did not yet play in the current postseason. It's also worth mentioning that his teammate Bobrovsky is 6th in this rating, so honorable mention for potential playoffs MVP. Number 2 with 22 goals saved above expected in 51 games, Thatcher Demko. He had an exceptional season with Vancouver. More defensive style of hockey Canucks played this season definitely helped him to put up excellent numbers, and let's hope it continues. And above all of the great goalkeepers mentioned before, 33 goals saved above expected in 60 games, Connor Hellebuyck, one of the most consistent goalies in the league right now, really played amazing last year, won Vezina before, and really deserves another one this year. While he was in the net, Jets were supposed to be scored on 175 times, but thanks to Connor, it was only 142 times they let a goal in. Thanks for watching. Making this video made me realize even more how crucial it is to have a solid goaltending in the National Hockey League, especially if you're trying to fight for a playoff spot. Let me know if you found this video interesting by liking and subscribing, and please share your thoughts on goals saved above expected and what other sports stats you're interested in.